like Erickson.
The last podcast didn't come up.
I thought I hung up.
No.
One stayed in.
I think it was you, Shaylee. I think it's a setup. I think you recognized it was you and you decided to get out in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm enjoying the Modelo's.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
They are delicious.
They can be hard to find around
Andy,
here sometimes.
What were you doing for the few minutes in between the show? Just sitting there?
Well, I don't know. I didn't notice I was so bright. I did some stuff. Got some shit done.
I mean, you waited till we started to all right, that's what we're gonna do. With this light. It looks good now.
That light looks. Yeah, I think it's coming. Oh, God damn it!
And he got bit by a squirrel.
No, I just put my finger down on my incense. Got burnt by incense.
What are you doing, man? First of all, you've got that sheer fucking drape over a fucking light. That's not good.
We're gonna go viral because Andy's gonna catch on fire in the middle of the podcast.
That's
hell no! I ain't got time for this. I gotta say something like, I ain't got time for no fire.
I ain't got time for this.
Watch this.
Save the weed! You just hear Andy yell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep it in metal. I could survive a fire if my weed would be in a tin. I could go. Because when you're going through your fucking belongings and your house has been burnt down, you're gonna want to find some weed.
Wait, you think?
I don't
weed
think an Altoids tin is gonna survive.
That's called an oven, Andy.
Yeah, Andy just built a vaporizer that he never hit.
I keep thinking I lose stuff microdosing. That's one. When I actually did lose one thing, but I can't explain it. Not the pipe or the vape pipe. I thought I lost skiing. Turned up. I just put it in the wrong pocket. But I was microdosing, and
this
I was
is the. No, I was gonna just to not sidetrack you too much. I'm sorry, but the vape pen you thought you lost. I'm still so dumb. I don't know. I thought I was watching the Facebook stream live, but I wasn't. It had already happened because I was commenting as I was watching it. But I thought I was doing that in real time, and the whole time I'm like, dude, check your front pocket. You literally you started out by saying I got this new jacket because I got this jacket just specifically for these pockets. I can put my vape pen in and I won't lose it. And then you get down to the bottom and you're like, man, I can't find my vape. I fucking lost it. And I'm just typing away like a maniac.
Well, and also, I mean, when you have a system, you got to zip your pockets. Otherwise, that's what I just assumed when I wrecked that it fell out because that was the pocket it was supposed to be in. And I didn't take into account I was a little bit high. I might have gotten beyond micro to macro dose.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, though. Your skiing ability was pretty impressive. You were fucking hauling ass down that hill and filming yourself.
Yeah, that's the awkward part. I mean, the skiing part is easy and would be easier if I wasn't trying to film myself. And that just fucking complicates it. And then that's where I think I wouldn't normally fall like that, but I'm trying to multitask and tripping a little bit, to be honest. That's why a lot of Olympic skiers don't do mushrooms on competition day.
You're right. Most of them.
A lot of them don't. Yeah.
I think you need it.
Andy, are you holding ski poles and your phone? Is that how you're filming yourself going down the hill?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this.
I clinch it with one pole and then hold my phone with the pole.
Selfie stick in his other hand.
And then flip it now and then.
God, we need Andy a GoPro to strap on his head. God damn it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, but that's kind of the fun of it, is trying to tape it with fucking, And then the one time I dropped the phone went shooting out of my hand, went down the mountain, and then I was
well,
just
that's the other bad part. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was just like not stoned enough to go, oh fuck, my phone's gone, and look down the mountain, just catch a glimpse of it going down, 30
sliding
feet,
down faster.
going 50 miles an hour, 30 feet past me. And okay, and then I skied down to that.
I've skied quite a bit, and just holding yourself different in that way throws off your balance so much. I mean, that would be
what you want to do is take it easy. You want to account for the fact that you don't have a pole in each hand. But basically, you're holding a spear in each hand. You want to make sure that the points are behind you, and that you don't go hot dogging it like Andy did, and all of a sudden can't find his vape pen.
Yeah, well, that's just
going
confusion.
fast. It was impressive.
I try to do too much.
I saw that. I was like, who's filming this?
I try to do too much too. I try to sticker the poles as I go up, and you just
calling people out on their fucking poor ski etiquette at the time as you're going down. Don't even think about it, buddy. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, you gotta communicate with the traffic.
What are you offloading here? Offloading here? What? I could have watched that for an hour.
I fell asleep when I came down the mountain that day, though, because I go through the construction coming down and there's logging. Shit, I fell asleep 3 times on one construction stop. I kept waking up going, man, oh fuck, and then
like we got to follow a pace car or something.
I don't know. I don't know how long I was out. I mean, I woke up 3 different times. I was still in the same place. That's the combination of skiing, the mushrooms, the weed, and then the driving. But then I stopped at the hot springs too, and I've been sneaking into the hot springs in Belknap. I forgot to tell you guys about this because it was on our board meeting day. But Belknap's it's one of my favorite places. But I look like a guest there, so
wait, is that a place or a town?
It's a lodge on the McKenzie River, and it's a lodge and hot springs pool, swimming pool that the hot springs are pumped into it. So it sits right on the river. It's Belk with a K, but it's a great place. But I just walk in, and then they'll charge you for an hour to be in the hot pool. But I like to just go in for free. So I just walk in,
sure,
with the mask or whatever.
You get the Andy rate.
You didn't have to tell us that. We figured you skate.
Well, I mean, if ever asked, I would pay, but I would just prefer not to. Right. Yeah. So that's the place, and then the pool's on the lodge side, right there on the other side of the bridge. So I walk in there, and then so this day that I walked in there. This is the day of the board meeting or whatever, and I walked in and there was a dude. I'm there to get out of my thing so I can get in the pool. But there's a hippie dude. There was a dude. I mean, I pieced it together after what happened later. But I saw this hippie dude. He's standing there in his dreadlocks, and he had a big dick, like this horse statuette, a big hanging dick, standing there. It's just kind of like in the thing. It's a very small dressing room. And then this dad was like rushing his kid out of there. Like they walked, the kid nearly ran into me as he was running out of there. And the dad, anyway, so I got in the pool. I didn't, that befront me, man. I'm there for free swimming or soaking. And so I get into the pool, and then this big, I'm a fucking weird, boring old dude magnet. Like I don't need to even. They come up and I'm sitting and there's all the hot comes in where Shaylee's head's at in this other side, and I'll sit down there and then I don't want to talk to anybody in there. And then some guy will come up and he'll get me with something. He'll get me like hey, pulled up my camera or whatever, and come in from I was up in so and so at a coin show, and I go.
They recognize you're a mark.
Yeah, I'm a mark.
I'm telling you guys, there's a radar out there.
Yeah, I know why they're alone. And when I'm kind of tripping too, I pick up on it. I'm like, oh man, this guy's so lonely. I can feel it coming down the pool. This
No.
guy's like working his way down, and I'm turning all the way around and shit. And then I think he's gone, and I peek around, and he's like, oh, I was up at a coin show up, and I go, oh man, I went to those as a kid, whatever. And then
Let me show you some
then
gems.
the next thing he's like, man, he's giving me a sales pitch. I'm telling the marketing guy, there's 4 gems you're looking for to sell. I'm like, no, man, I ain't looking to sell any of them, man. I'm looking for, but anyway, so this guy, and then he gets out of the pool, and like I fucking outlasted him, I go, and he gets out, and then he gets back in the pool. He doesn't say anything. And then another dude comes down, and he's fucking bumming me out with conversation too. And then he gets out, and then he goes in, and then he comes back and gets in the pool. I don't give a shit, but I get out, and then I go in there, and then that dude's still standing there, and he's presenting. He's got his dick. He looks a little more like frenzied, and he's got all his fucking
dick
shit. He's like he's got all his shit out there. Well, his dick's a little bit more attentive. It looked like, he's still standing there, and he's, but I've been.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he wasn't erect, but he was getting there. Right. And so I'm like, I've been in the pool about an hour. You go in and you soak an hour. That's what you pay for, or you don't. You're there about an hour. So when you get in the hot end where the heat comes in, you can only stand it about an hour. So I get out anyway, I'm out, and then they come in and they go, you can't be in here, sir. Did you even pay to be in here? I'm like, oh, fuck. Not only is there an erect hippie in front of me, I'm getting fucking tossed out of this place. But then they and he's like, they go, you've been in here for over an hour, sir. And a lot of the guests are starting to complain. And not only had they started to complain, but this is in the middle of, it's really not close to any place. So eventually, by the time I got out of there, I got out of there. This guy had like yogurt containers. One of them looked like it was Crisco. I don't know what it's like. I was looking over his product, like, what the fuck does he use that for? It's like a fucking Crisco, and he had like 6 tubs of fucking product, and he's shaving. Well, this is in the mountains. Like, you're not even supposed to pop in there unless you're a guest. And this guy's fucking, apparently he'd been in there enough to upset that family and upset them other those 2 fucking boring fucking old cunts in the hot pool that were ruining my time, went in there and were bummed out by this guy. So I was kind of like on the same page with this guy, at least, let's thin the tourist or whatever, but whatever he was doing, I don't know.
Wait, let's thin the paying tourist so that you, the scoff, can enjoy a dip.
Well, I will say this: when there's guys like that up there, it gets rid of a lot of people. You don't want them up there, and there's they usually sort out the colorful characters, and you spot them. But this guy was in there for an hour, and whatever he was doing, he was standing there all fucking waving his dick around when I got it, walked in there, and then an hour later he was being asked to leave. Which I was, whenever that happens, I'm always glad it's somebody else, and I can kind of be in on the, oh shit, man. Can you believe that guy?
Get a load of that guy. Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I was there when I go skiing. I pop in there every time, so 3 or 4 times, and they never look twice. They don't look twice at me because I'm that guy. But I'm also that guy.
You've done it enough. They think you're definitely paying for a room.
Yeah, and then all the old dudes who camp, and they're in campers with stories of guys who are in campers by themselves, and then they like, do I look like I fucking want to hear your fucking story of how you ended up in an 18-wheeler moving around to coin shows?
Andy, is this a homosexual resort and you're not aware? It sounds like you're sexually frustrating these gentlemen in the hot tub. They're leaving to jerk off and coming back to try to hook up with somebody else.
Of product.
Yeah,
they're giving you the tapping right foot, and you're not responding.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's nothing on you. You just don't know what's happening there.
Well, is it all dudes? See, I just keep looking at the picture.
I would have. Well, those guys. Seems to be a dude party there. I wouldn't. If I looked over the fence and saw that, I don't know that I would get in the pool.
All right. That's fair enough.
Because I think that there would be a Yahoo factor with a group. There would be some they're there for spiritual reasons or something. And I said there was a dude who was there who's like a gung ho dude, and he was doing handstands, and then he was getting out and showering, and then he was getting up on that thing and doing push-ups. Like, get the fuck out of here.
There is an element. I see this going to COA campsites, because they'll have a bunch of RV places. Yeah, KOA. They'll have the RV, and then they'll also have little campsites where Tracy and I go. And the people that are in the campsites, they're either like Tracy and I, like just passing through, or like a guy on his like 5th divorce, and he's got like he's pressing a suit on the picnic table in the morning, with a campfire iron. Right,
but the Dateline
using the steam from his coffee pot.
Yeah, I find that the people, wrinkles. You go up to the pool, and even if you're in the shallow end and there's someone at the deep end, you're inviting conversation by showing up. You're not saying, "Hey, I'm lonely, I want to talk too." But if you're in that area, that person's gonna gravitate. It's just that's they've got nothing to lose. They're living in a campsite.
Yeah.
So this is a normal thing.
Yeah, they're like starving. They're like starving to death, and you show up and you're a sandwich. They're not gonna not notice. Come over and take them. Yeah, that's that place. That was my. I was just in tune with what I just noticed it coming around. They'd talk to other people, and then they were like, "Fuck," and other people. I don't know, maybe I'm a dick or something, but it's just like, God damn it, I hope that guy doesn't come talk to me with that fucking shit. And then, they work their way around or whatever. But other people seem to go, oh, that's interesting, oh, so where are you coming in from and stuff? And the last thing I want to do is next level that shit. Hey, Shaylee.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi. I had to go pee. I didn't want to derail anything. Hi.
Hi. Let's just talk about
that we would have to be on the rails.
It is a great place, though. We could all go to Belknap.
Talking about Andy's homosexual steam bath experience.
No, it's not a steam, but there was a guy. I don't know what his deal was, but anyway, I started to say this is when because it's in the mountains, right? It's like 45 minutes from Bend and 45 minutes to an hour from Eugene. But so this guy, according to their math, they said, "You've been here for over an hour, sir." And then when I walked out, because I was dressed at that, this guy was making grunt like that. I didn't pay, but he was in there. He was in the shower for an hour, and he was grunting, and he had like lubes and shit in his tub. So I really wanted to. If I had paid to be there, I would have stuck around to find out what was going on, because I was very curious. But I had to just walk by, and then there was two stern-looking fucking big cop dudes. I think they were cops. They had there was an unmarked car that looked like a police car out there. So they called these dudes, and they go, "Oh," and one of them was saying, "No problem, we'll take care of it." And again, I'm bummed, because I would have, liked to have a latte and sit down there and see him taser this hippie dude when he finally, he ever. What? I don't know what he did for for over an hour in that thing, because when I saw him, he was just his dick was out, sprawled out, like he was just fucking. That was,
Thank you, Tracy.
Bye. I'm still listening.
Sorry, Andy.
She's listening to the end of the story.
Yeah, so I wish I knew what happened, and then when I go back there, I feel like I should get, but I don't want them to even notice me as a person. I want them to see me as a mannequin.
So how do you get into the pool? How do you get by the
you just walk
front
by
desk or whatever?
The front desk. Oh, I always wait for somebody else to go in, and then somebody else will have a question or something.
Oh, yeah, you follow them.
I just
slide
follow
by.
and I walk. Yeah, I do the slide by into the dressing room, and then I usually just throw a few things on the rack and then hit the pool. just walk. Nobody, they never, unless they watch this, they'll never pay attention. But I would like to know. That's the one time I was up there and scored LSD, and that's where I met Lizard, the dope sales, the guy with LSD, and then this hippie thing, but it's usually pretty mellow.
So it's not all bad when people unsolicited come up to you.
Well, they do have campsites, so usually, in the summer you get that, but in the winter, it's old dudes with campers, and why their wives left them when you talk to them for about 4 minutes. Like, oh God.
Yeah, because they're gay, Andy. Erickson already hit it earlier. He's like, they're giving you the foot tap on the thing.
Oh my God.
Erickson, Andy already gave them the foot tap when he did the slide in. That's the key. That's what everybody knows. Oh, the guy that just fucking slides in and doesn't pay. He's here on the DL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that could be.
He's
if
part
that's
of
what
the fucking.
If that's their game, man. If that's what you're trying to get my asshole, and you're leading off with the 4 fucking materials to invest in, zinc,
small talk.
That's
what anything, Andy.
Chicks in a
bar. Mouse, baby.
I don't know nothing about no coin shows, but I do know about getting some mouth loving. If I go a little up in their grill, see what happens. I don't know.
Well, that's what they're hoping.
God damn, if that's the kind of fucking homosexual they think I am, I'm the kind of homosexual that would wear saucy pants and get in fist fights when you're boring them. I'm not the one who's gonna just fucking wear matching pajamas and go to fucking boring shows and fucking talk stupid. Fuck that. I got too much passion.
Hey, what were the 4 gems you're supposed to have, Andy?
Gold. Well, everybody thinks it's gold.
Gold isn't a gem, but
he was talking about 4 minerals, and then they shift around. And it's like whichever one's low, and then he was but he was like, man, I thought he was trying to hit me up with telemarketing. If I'd have known he was gay, I would have probably just jacked him off to get the fucking sales pitch done.
Yeah,
you give him a quick handy so he moves on, and you can enjoy the rest of your time in the pool.
I just get him in the hot corner and turn him around and put his fucking dick towards the hot blast. You won't be able to take this, man.
Andy, tell us. So we don't have to sit in that pool. Gold and what else?
Well, it's gold. It's the usual fucking ones. I didn't listen to him.
So it's really not a guy who has any information.
Platinum, and Bitcoin.
He's just telling you the basics. I would invest in gold,
whichever
silver, diamonds, and cash.
The top 4 is at the least amount. That's the one you invest in, because they just go all back and forth.
No fucking shit.
When people give you talking to you, and then they're like they think they're smarter than you, or at least giving you a chunk of something you hadn't thought of. He was doing that, and God damn it, man.
I think Andy ran into one of those Reddit investors that just recently.
Infomercial, Susie Ormond.
He seemed like he was trying to get me involved with his fucking way of thinking, and I was putting down the whole. He was saying he was at a coin show, and I put him down as a fucking childhood torture that I had to. And then he's like, "Oh well, like, dude, I said I fucking don't like it. I'm not into it."
Andy, you're a hot tub guy. Basically, told you what Gomez Adams told us: buy low, sell high. That was from the Adams family fucking years ago. I mean, that's nothing new.
I'd love to give these guys the Buscemi from Fargo. Like, hey man, hey, you think I fucking care, man? You think that? I don't give a shit, man. You fucking keep yapping, man. Nobody gives a shit. Fucking beat it. And what they hear, that's what I'm thinking. I don't say anything, but what they're hearing is they're hearing me say, "Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that, sir." Don't take my silence for complacency on this. I don't want to hear any more, man.
I still think they're thinking Jim said they're the guy that did the down low slide in. I don't understand why my dick's not in your hand yet.
Why else would he
I've
be
done
here?
everything right.
I would talk about gay bathhouse
I'm reduced to talking about basic stock tips that I don't even understand at this point. I just wanted a hand job.
And then there's regional guy that wants to know where everybody in the pool is from.
Yep.
And then go, oh, I come in from there, and what's the road like up there? You know, is that road sand graveled? Yeah, that road's sand graveled. We come up there, and then it's like all these fucking yokels all start connecting and shit, and I'm there to blow hot fucking water.
Whoa.
Cut out
That's
there
not
for
what you
a
told
real
them,
critical
Andy.
part of that.
Have hot water blast out of a pipe into my back or whatever part I injured skiing.
Whoa!
Explanation. That's just not right.
And if blood washes out, then that's a matter for the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just here for a hot load on my back, guys. I'm not into that.
Yeah,
I'm not into this gay scene.
And I don't want no small talk. I want to get right to it.
And it's kind of a.
I don't need stock tips, baby.
The dominant.
Get over here.
The dominant elk is the
This
one who.
blasphemy.
You don't have to prove yourself by fighting off the other ones, but you got to get your body down there and then stay in the hot zone for about 15 minutes.
This still sounds sexual. This totally.
But if you beat the other
you
gentleman to it,
there, you got to get down on your knees and get down in there, and you got to stay in there for as long as you can. The hot zone.
If you get between the two hot blast holes, there's two holes that blast hot at the same time. You just kind of get in the middle there. That's where a gentleman wants to be taken.
So you're doubling down. You're going for a threesome in the fucking hot pool.
Andy did not even watch a documentary. All of his bull elk talk was stuff he learned in the hot tub.
And I'll tell you this, that hippie did not leave the dressing room to challenge me in the hot holes, or he would have got his hippie ass kicked. I would have been like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know, I wouldn't put up with that, man. You know, get the fuck out of here. Hey, counting crows, beat it. I tell him.
Your dreadlocks are leaking oil. Get out of the pool, motherfucker.
That's what he
got
must
a
have been
rainbow
doing.
slick behind you, bro. You gotta watch it.
He must have had to jerk off in front of that kid or something like that, because why would there be two detectives from a city in the mountains? Like, you know?
Well, let's see. You were trespassing. You bought acid there. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. There's a couple of reasons why there might be cops around.
Well, they're probably fucking in on it.
Yeah, it's a fucking hole in the wall for degenerates, Andy.
But it's
you think you're sneaking in?
I don't think so. Because it's
like the guy who stuck in the crippled person,
you'd want to take him and dump him in that pool. Like if you had your own FDR, you'd wheel him in his rickety wooden chair and dump him in that water, and he'd feel better at the end of it. It's healing. So it's like it's not a swinger joint.
Nice.
Every once in a while, there was a lady from, and I know this because the regional guy was asking everybody where they're from, and I refused to answer. Where are you from? Hoodoo. That's where I'm from.
That's what you said?
I come up from Hoodoo.
You said Hoodoo?
Yeah, that's where it was. I was like, what are you fucking writing my story, man? Like you trying to connect dots, you know, like a fucking bad comic doing crowd work, you know? So but he asked this one lady where she was from, and she had big fake titties, and she was from Springfield, Missouri, and she had COVID. Has no sense of smell. Visiting several spots in Oregon, you know, it's like being stuck on an airplane and back of people. It's like, and you know, but I'm like taking notes or whatever. She's got big fake tits. She's here in town for a few days.
Can't you go underwater?
You don't want to. I don't know. My ears get all fucked up. I drink water in my ears.
Well, it's a big pool. You can go somewhere else.
One time I was in there, and a dude had a fucking like a box playing music on his shoulder. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, you know, you don't get to be DJ in the pool.
Like Chinaman,
I treat that pool like I'm not there to meet and greet or talk to anybody. I will set up a merch table if there's enough people. But I'm just there to go get in that hot corner and be there about 45 minutes. And if I get in and out of there and nobody talks to me or looks at me, that's the ideal. But the only problem was that one time with the hippie standing there, and I had to like pay attention to what was going on. Otherwise, I just go into it's a great place to get high. You can chuck off up on a trail up there.
I remember when Andy
White
was
Cops would be there.
I remember when Andy was paranoid about COVID. Now he's sharing pools with fucking people who have COVID.
I stay
hanging out.
He got over, but that group of dudes in the middle there is fucking not COVID time. But I stay 6 feet away from people when it's outdoors.
Oh yeah. In the
And
pool where everybody's spit goes right in the water.
I'm not afraid of getting COVID. I'm afraid of not
is leaking.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of getting COVID. I'm afraid of not dying from it and just having fucked up lesser value, lesser quality of life that I'm already suffering with. I'm not. If COVID would take me off if COVID got in the car and was fucked up and said it wanted to drive, I go, fuck it, let's do it, man. What I don't want to do is fall off a skateboard, COVID skateboard, and hit my head on a curb.
Yeah. I'm still depressed now. I can't smell anything too.
Yeah. There's nothing good that can come from not dying from COVID.
Well, I hope you get the vaccine before any of that happens.
Yeah, hell yeah, and then we'll get out
and in that pool. He's been vaccinated more than anybody.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, that's like an Austin comedy room. I did a 15-minute set in an Austin comedy venue. Right
Austin hot house.
Yeah, Terry drank a little of the water. Yeah, there's been about 4 or 5 times where there's been anything easy on the eye in that pool. It is about fucking old. That's what I like about it. It's like old fucking turds, but I didn't expect it to be so many fucking boring gay dudes.
Yeah, it's risky from a viral perspective. Bacterial perspective though too, because the hotter the water is, the harder it is to keep clean.
Have you ever seen anybody come up from underwater that didn't immediately spit right into the pool? Nope, every single time. And then you do that, wipe the snot out, and just wash it off the water. Yep.
Swimmers hate.
Don't go into that pool after you've just shaved any part of your body, because that part that you just shaved you'll get a rash.
I have a feeling.
I know you like to take good care of yourself, Andy.
I have a feeling that snot and spit are the least fucking worries bacteria-wise in that pool.
Without a doubt.
No, it feels like it's a clean pool. They don't have a sign about peeing, but I would hope that everybody's on their honor system there.
It sounds like they've got the security.
Old people
wouldn't
stay in something warm if they had to go pee.
Look, what I'm saying is that
difficult to get out.
Andy, do you pee in the pool?
Pee is not the issue.
No, I don't pee in the pool.
Come on, Andy. Have you peed in that pool that we're looking at right now?
No, not yet.
Honestly.
I have not. It's a warm pool, so I don't know. I pee before I get in.
Tell?
Oh, well, here's the thing, probably, because I pee before I get in it, and I don't hydrate myself properly, and it's extremely hot, so I get more dehydrated than I need to leak.
All right.
So if I did have a big water bottle, I'm not really a big piss pooler.
No one should be.
I get called a liar every time I say it, but I've never pissed in a public pool in my entire life.
Neither have I. And I went to public. I went to public school. They had they had us going to the a public pool in Fullerton, where I know 90% of the kids are peeing like constantly. And this is 5th grade.
When I grew up, we had a white people pool and a Mexican pool. The Mexican pool was called the Bean Dip, and you could.
Remember when racism was adorable?
Yeah.
Colloquial term.
We all got a chuckle.
Yes, I think I'm pretty sure that it was like in the newspaper. Like it was so colloquial, it would be like it's half price at the Bean Dip today. That's probably not true, but it seems like it is. It's horrible.
I hope it is.
That same town, Miami, Arizona. I just shared an article the other day. They did this worthless proclamation that small towns do all over, saying that it's Black History Month for February or whatever. They have to do some sort of official proclamation in Miami, Arizona that has like fucking 4,000 people in it. But one of the councilmen stood up and objected and said, well, this Black Lives Matter movement was about tearing down statues and erasing history, so I don't think we should have Black History Month. And so my town got famous for a minute for being racist. They're just stupid is the whole thing. They don't even know they're racist. They're just dumb.
It's two sides of the same coin, but you have to be stupid to be racist, but not all stupid people are racist. It's real close to there, but I know some of that too.
I thought it was funny that it was. Why does the town of Miami, Arizona, I don't know the population, like 4,000 or 5,000 people, why is it important that their city council declare that it's Black History Month in the first place? What does that do for anything or anybody? The whole thing is.
I'm on my 4th Denzel Washington movie of the month. I don't know if I'm celebrating or anything, but I've just, it seems like there are a lot more available during his. You notice that in Black History Month, there's like a bunch, like all of a sudden there'll be like an Eddie Murphy drop, or you'll see, but Denzel Washington's getting a lot of play this month.
I actually have seen movies that I didn't, that I wouldn't have been on my radar, even like just from like the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff. On all of my streaming stuff, it would come up and it would be like Black Voices, and it would have a whole genre of stuff, and I'm like, fuck, I never heard of that movie. Let me watch that. And it's good shit. So I'm
Men in hot pools.
So Black lives really do matter.
That's if it makes me find a movie that I've never seen before, if it helps one person see a new movie, it's worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I remember, like back in the day watching Roots, and I was pissed off about the way that I felt. That's and then people felt
you were pissed off
like that.
What?
I was just bummed out about it. It's like shit.
They were whipping. Kunta
Chicken
Kinte.
George and Kunta Kinte got whooped, and then Chicken George.
I remember being shocked by it too, Andy.
Yeah,
I do, because it was such an event. It was a thing that everybody. It was a mini series on TV. Everybody in the country watched it.
And then how many years later, people were like, fucking don't even, it's like that wouldn't shake up any. They'd be like, fuck this garbage or what else. Like people got so fucking far beyond it. But I guess that was the thing. It was like I learned about racism and slavery and all that, and I thought it sucked. And then some people learned about it and go, we want to keep that going.
That seems like
not
a good
only
idea.
Not suck. We would like to have that again.
Oh, that's just Chicken George. He's a friend of ours. We all know him.
Ben Vereen, he could dance. I love Ben Vereen. Yeah, was he? Was he Benson? No, Robert Guillaume.
No,
man. Now I'm doing the Erickson.
Now you're doing
Ernie Hudson. Yeah, I'm doing the
Ernie Hudson.
Oh man. Shit, I'm ignorant. It's terrible. Sorry. 2 different guys. I think one got ran over by a car, though. I think it was Robert Guillaume got dusted by a car.
Actually, Chad, you asked, what difference does it make if it's Black History Month in Miami, Arizona? This right here is a perfect example. Without it being Black History Month, those kids will never know whether it was Ben Vereen or Robert Guillaume that played Chicken George in Roots. And that is something we shouldn't allow to happen.
The problem with that is that the declaration in that closed room is the only thing they would do. It's not like there would be some sort of educational fucking program in the schools to help young people expand their minds. No, none of that. It's just something we say in this closed off room where we act like we're important in this town of fucking shit heels.
I remember this randomly from Roots is the dude who was Mr. Walton on the Waltons. Paul Walton was he was a captain, and then he was gonna go rape a chick, and he called her. He goes, "Bring me down one of them belly warmers." And I was a kid going, "What the hell does that mean?" And it still don't really mean that, you know? It's pretty late. I go, belly warmer. You're gonna rape a chick? How does that warm your belly? But yeah, man, that was I had I cut out. I think I got like a commemorative book of Roots and put them on gave them wall service. Yeah, I was a real liberal. I was a really fucking empathetic little piece of shit.
I don't. When did Roots come out?
I don't know. I was real into like whatever.
77.
Yeah, if
75, somewhere in there.
I knew not to put the nudes up on the wall, but I'd put up lots of sports pictures, Roots. I didn't put up Paul Walton. I couldn't quite, swear that. Why was Paul?
Hold on, Andy. Andy, I get where you get pictures of like sports figures and teen idols to put up on your wall. Where do you get pictures of Roots to put on your walls?
And like a People Magazine commemorative book.
I got you.
I thought LeVar Burton was a badass motherfucker in that show, and I don't know, man. I guess I was really into black dudes, but I put a lot of athletes up on the wall.
LeVar Burton's a pretty badass motherfucker.
I celebrated Black History Month way before.
You're an early adopter, Andy.
I remember having JJ Dynamite Walker up on my wall.
Sure.
Dynamite. I didn't realize I would be like doing the same rooms as him. Someday I would catch JJ. We're both doing Yakima, only separate weeks. I would have blown my mind in 5th grade to go, wait, the Dynamite Kid and me are both going to be performing in comedy at Yakima? Holy shit. Dynamite.
If Andy had gotten molested by a black guy, he would now just have been in a very long-term relationship.
Yeah,
he would have just fell right into it. This is all right with me.
This is great. I love this dude. He's cut.
Well, we're in the after hours. I can say this. When me and my brother Jeff used to go rifle through David and Larry's Playboy, Play Stash, porno magazines, we found a Playgirl up under one of my brother's beds, not Larry, one of the other older ones, and he had it was Jim Brown. And that Jim Brown in Playgirl magazine, and I wasn't prepared.
That was huge.
I wasn't prepared.
That was a big deal back then.
And I wasn't prepared.
It was huge.
But I like it, so I want to keep talking about it.
That's a peepee. They call him.
Doesn't look like my peepee.
Yeah, it's like it just it stayed with me. It was like it wasn't like. I just didn't know that could be a thing like that. What? Right. Holy cow, man! It's gonna get. And then throughout life, I expected to be at that level, but you don't get asked to be in that magazine unless you're special. I don't know, or famous, but Jim Brown, he put together a nice spread. I'd probably right now maybe I'd look at it and go, it's respectable, but it's not as gigantic as I remember.
Tom Selleck was also in Playgirl.
Yeah,
really.
There's a lot of guys coming up here.
Look at Jim Brown.
Tom Selleck showed his dick.
No, he has a jock strap on, like a real like a
little conservative.
Yeah, don't put
not
it
what
up.
the baseball players wear.
You know who doesn't do that? Guys with big, gorgeous dicks. Jim Brown, known for wearing a jockstrap a lot of his career. He didn't wear it in the magazine.
That's why he got so many yards in the NFL. He just hit the fucking defensive backs with his dick and knocked them out of the way.
Oh,
you know how much easier it is to run with a third leg.
Yeah.
He was a fucking pound the hole kind of runner. I don't think Will Chamberlain ever did a nude, but man, because he was known for.
This guy did it. Lyle Wagner from Wonder Woman.
Oh no!
Nice.
Yeah, I barely remember him as a character, but
I think they ran out of good-looking men that were cut.
I just realized that dudes could be butterfaces.
I have to disagree with you.
Well, it's hard to find that level of celebrity that's kept their abs together. Man. Yeah, good for him, man. He fucking buttered them abs because he knew, and he's not wearing a Jocko either. He's got a fucking good dick there. It's covered up right now. It is, at least on my screen. I'm not judging it.
Your mic is on. You know that?
I'm just saying he's the way I'm not talking about I don't admire his penis, but you can admire the confidence of him, and that's what I'm saying. He's got a good dick.
Yeah. He's sitting there like a guy with a big dick.
Getting a little vitamin E in my dong. People are getting a chance to look at it. If Ted Cruz were posing with his dick out, he wouldn't look confident or happy about it.
No.
He would look like insecure. Who's that? That's Herschel Walker.
He'd be like someone who got caught eating like a cheat meal.
Yeah, it's that big dick energy they talk about.
Right.
Is that at the pool they talk about that?
Yeah, and that's the fifth. That's the fifth mineral.
At the hot end, Shaylee.
That's the fifth mineral you're looking for.
That's the fifth mineral.
They need to. If that's what they have pop up on their thing is. They need to get a better picture. You got a circle jerk going on there.
That is what it is.
Looks like 5 state cops or 8 cops standing around there talking. And those guys, what the fuck, man? That's not how you do that. You're not there to
playing rock, paper, scissors to go see who talks to the fucking sneak-in guy sitting over by the hot hole.
The guy without a wristband to be in the pool.
Yeah. Yes.
Here's the thing: is I look like a guest because I've been one, and I know the look.
Andy, this is what you need to do.
Oh, also
you go
a
in
towel.
one time legal. I know that's against your everything you stand for, but if it's a wristband, you can buy wristbands, custom-made wristbands. Anywhere online, you just find out.
They don't do anything. You just sign in. They're
singling you out as someone who hasn't paid.
No, they would never do that because I bring my own towel. I walk in and I look like I'm ready to hit the pool, or some stumbling person coming in asking, going, "Oh, what's it cost to rent the pool?" Or there's some hesitation. I walk like a guest who's going in.
It's dude.
Yes.
I got a towel. I don't have any questions. Do you have any questions? I'd be glad to answer them.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at this thing.
That's why you're dragging so much ass in the fucking hot end of the pool. Is that confidence that you're exuding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta tone it down a bit.
You guys got stuff going on. You probably got some stock tips.
That's the curse of it.
And when I get in
there, you don't put that confidence out, you won't stay there.
I can get down to that other corner like in 2 seconds. I can get in the pool, and if there's nobody down there or they're moving away, I'm in there. That's me. The middle of the pool is for fucking suckers.
And a circle jerk.
When the guy leaves to stick, Andy moves right into his spot.
But it is healing when you do mushrooms, and sometimes you don't see the terrain. All of a sudden, you're upside down, and your head hits. There's nothing better than hitting that. It's only like 15-20 minutes from the mountain to this pool. So I mean, it's like I cannot not be in there, and it gives me a chance to kind of cool down on the mushroom.
But
I don't get it. When I'm still fucking tripping, I stay there. There's no point
Yeah.
getting on the road and any of that. And even if I'm tripping, somebody's got some
They have
fucking
cool
story.
rooms. That'd be a fun place to
Yeah, no,
just
they got
hang
great
out.
rooms. Yeah, there's rooms up above, up to the right there, where those guys are there. There's probably somebody going, "Oh,
That's
I don't
where
want to get in the pool. There's a bunch of gross guys down there."
We
That's
could go
that's where
there,
what
do an
we'll
Issues
do.
with Andy podcast, fuck a bunch of dudes. It'd be great.
no, they'd fuck
Absolutely.
us.
Hey, listen, that all can be negotiated.
Yeah.
It can be a little of both.
That
I'm an
depends on how
That
aspirator.
looks
I'm an
fun,
aspirator.
man.
So I'm an
I'd sit in a hot
as an
tub all day
aspirator.
long.
I provide lube of my own. So nature selected me for being a bottom. Or hopefully my doctor's going to correct that, because he had an opinion about it that I needed some tests, and he didn't want to deal with it. But
Yeah. Well, that's the safe thing.
yeah, and then I got high cholesterol, so kind of fucked. I don't eat a lot of fucking. He's like, you need to go on a low cholesterol diet. Well, lately I've been eating a spoonful of sauerkraut a day.
What does that
hey,
do?
Andy, I asked them about my cholesterol the other day, and they said my
What?
cholesterol is absolutely perfect. There's no fucking God. There's no justice in the world. I'm a big fat fuck, and I have nothing wrong with me at all.
Yeah, he said to exercise more. Hey, man, can I show you my watch? Can I show you what I've been doing? My watch says good job. Like
Check out my
every
Facebook
fucking
Live.
day.
Watch says good job.
Yeah.
My watch just congratulated me. They don't do that just for anything, man.
That's right.
I love
Absolutely.
I love that in this day and age, a doctor can be taken to task by the watch you're wearing.
Yeah.
Like their 8 years of educational training is thrown in the dumper because Apple came out with something that has your heart rate.
Well, I know how many calories I burn, and I need to burn more, apparently. And it's like, I mean, she was there for my comedy skit and my ass bleeding on the floor. And then she says that I got a little high cholesterol and I should go on a low cholesterol diet. Bitch. I need to do some coke is what I need to do.
Yeah, because you'll eat zero cholesterol if you do more coke.
Oh,
I don't need to be lectured by you, man.
Lowers your cholesterol better than cocaine. We
Yeah.
all know that.
As soon as I finish the queso and the ice cream I bought at Trader Joe's, sure, I'll get right on that. Yeah. But it's like when they give you advice, it's like, do you want to keep living? Do you want to, how much? I get it. I'm going to get my teeth deep cleaned because I guess I want that quality of life where I'm not leaking poison in my head.
Andy, I remember my grandmother on her deathbed, almost her deathbed. I did ask her like one thing, like she wishes she could do over, and she says I would have taken better care of my teeth. She died like a month later.
Yeah.
Did you get her teeth cleaned after she died?
Oh, this is too late.
I know,
This
but
is a
you can
woman
get
who
a-
never pumped. She drove a car. She never pumped 1 ounce of gas into her own car. She would pull up to a place that was self-serve and wait until someone would come and go, "Is your car broken down?" And she'd go, with her white gloves, "I need gas." And then they would just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like me at
Different
that
time.
place waiting for them to open up.
Yeah, teeth's a big thing, man. That's don't. I mean, the cleaning thing is bullshit. Chad and I have talked about this. The cleaning thing is you can go in there and I like the whole time I was in a band for like 9 years, 6, 7, 9 years. I never went to the dentist. I was like the comics. They don't go to the dentist, and then you go to the dentist after you finally get a job, and they're like, "Oh, everything's good." What? I don't even have a dentist. I went to it until like since I was 12 years old.
This is probably just more part of me just kind of skating along through life in ways that I shouldn't be able to. But I'll go to the dentist and they'll be like, "Wow, you have the best dentition of anybody we've seen. You must floss." And I go, "Yep." But in my head, I go, "I brush my teeth once a day if I remember." Usually it's once every other day. I try to remember at least once a day. I don't give a fuck about anything. It's I'm not fat because I'm fucking, but they'll
care.
Yeah. So they'll try to be, you have the best dentition. I'm like, well, there's no God. There's no justice. People take care of their teeth. They have all this routine and a water pick and a fucking floss, and they're going, "You must floss your teeth." No, never have. Never floss.
It's kind of,
this is in front of Brett, who had his tooth pulled last week.
Erickson, I thought you took up chewing fucking Levi Garrett when we were doing the fucking thing last week. I didn't know what the hell was going on with
you. A red man.
Yeah, dip a plug.
God, it was brutal. Yeah, I had to have a tooth pulled. And
you can still see it a bit now that you mention it. Holy shit.
You want to send it to me and I can hang it on my brother Larry's trailer?
Here's the thing. It doesn't come out like that.
It comes out in pieces. They cleave it.
A bunch of pieces. And they bust it up into those pieces while you're just sitting there while they just crank your mouth open as hard as they can.
I
was ready to give out information.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Horrible, Eric. I can't imagine it. We talked about like injury videos and stuff earlier. Fury told me a story one time. He doesn't have dental coverage of any kind, and he's had a tooth problem at one point. He
CEOs have coverage.
He took a carpenter's pencil that wasn't sharpened, like one of those flat pencils, and fucking hammered his own tooth out piece. Yes, that's it. Shaylee has one. Fuck. Whoa. And hammered his tooth out piece by piece, he told me. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. I'm not.
That's like on Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I thought I was
with the ice skate.
You're tough.
Jesus. Yeah, nobody's got dental insurance is you just pay full rate or you get some discount or whatever. But
I have
unless you're employed at a good place and they have dental coverage, most people don't have that shit.
All right, none of us are employed, and none of us have dental coverage.
Well, issues with Andy dental plan is substandard to say that.
The VA covers my dental, which is
one of us.
Again,
unemployed.
Then why do we thank them for their service if they get dental?
That's what I mean. They get so
You're
much
welcome
thanks.
for the fucking tax-free dentistry, you fucking hero. Thanks, hero.
Nice hero.
We got dental.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Oh, mine hurt. Oh, thank you for your service.
Erickson, were you in the car when we did the poncho skin flap on my?
Yes.
When I had it took a year to get my dental implant. Brutal, and that was about $2,000. That was Cochise County dental. $2,000 to get the tooth.
Yeah, I think my deep cleaning is going to be about a couple of mountain bikes. So that's great. A more confident smile.
Again, we keep slowly looping toward it. Like I feel like as the conversation goes, the argument of just yank them all out and get dentures just starts to just slowly make a little more sense. It's just a one-time deal. You get in there, you get out.
I know I'm not even supposed to eat foods that I should chew a lot.
I love that Andy is still referring to it as a deep cleaning, and when it's most assuredly some sort of root canal.
Chad,
I just gotta get a deep
you
clean.
hit the nail on the head. That's exactly. They want you back in that chair because there's something so scary that they don't even want you to know about it. Because if you knew about it, you would never come back.
We need to schedule you for a 4-hour deep cleaning. Is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
You can get heart surgery is only 4 hours.
I know. I know. So yeah, numb me up.
I believe that's what it is.
Numb me up and let's do it
You
in an
haven't had
hour.
your teeth cleaned in a while. They can chip away at that shit for hours.
That's
Yeah, I might. Well, I got some.
They're not gonna give you a root canal without telling you. That's
Let's
a
just go
whole
in there and
different
say, look,
sentence.
you know,
I
come
think
down
they
to I
told
got
you.
I have problems with my teeth and my assholes. Both are bleeding. My asshole's bleeding and my teeth are bleeding, and I had to invest in one. So I'm going to go with the asshole this month. I'll get back to you on that deep cleaning thing later.
I'm doing teeth. I'm saving up for asshole.
Yeah, I'm getting my asshole teeth cleaned. You get those cleaned.
The dentist that gave you the diagnosis, was he also in a hot tub when he told you this? Because I think he just wants you in his chair.
Yeah, the lady.
And you met his new doctor in the hot end of the Belknap
Was the lady's
Spring.
name Gisleen?
I went with I had to just like I don't like making decisions or whatever, and I needed to make a decision on a doctor, and there was a list of them, and I was and it caught me at the wrong time where I didn't want to be bothered, but I go, how about the Mexican one, and that's how I ended up with Eduardo Valenzuela. Well, because I couldn't remember the other names on the list, but I remember one had a Hispanic sounding name.
You said that to someone? How about the Mexican one?
Yeah, the person who was bothering me to get this thing done.
The same guy who had empathy for fucking LeVar Burton and Chicken.
The same person
George?
who's filling out this form, and I said, you need to have this declared, or you're, whatever. And that person, and then I go, how about the Mexican sounding one? But he laughed at the blood dripping on the floor business.
So you were reading the room.
Is this for medical insurance purposes or life insurance purposes? You might be getting ready to be knocked off, buddy. You might be the.
No, it's my own undoing. I've been watching Dateline. It's like, man, if anybody at all, you even slightly think, well, anybody who wants to get life insurance in you, fucking don't do it. If ever anyone who wants to buy life insurance.
I watched The Widower.
Also.
And
it's just
it should be illegal. It should be illegal to take out 4 life insurance policies on your spouse. Yeah. First of all, life insurance is for your kids. You buy life insurance so that if you die when your kids are young, the kids get the money that you would have made while you were raising them. That's what it's for. So if you're not going to do that, don't even get it. Don't get life insurance. Don't monetize your death. Do not give your spouse motive.
I signed up for life insurance when I was young, when I had a family, and so if I die, Jenny gets $100,000, which is not a lot, but it's a lot if you're poor. And I was telling her the other day, I go, hey, you remember if I die, you get $100,000. She's like, yeah. And I go, well, what are you gonna do? She goes, well, I'm gonna pay off the house. I'm like, hold on, don't pay off the house. I was instructing her what to do with the $100,000.
That's smart.
Don't do that. Do this.
That's why she's gonna have to kill you, is because you're so controlling.
Listen, if she wanted me, listen, Jenny's got the best situation a murderer ever had. If she wanted me dead, all she would have to say is go ahead, and it would be done. Thank you for permission.
Just go through if
I'm honest, the minute this came up, like the minute Andy was saying, I'm like, I wonder if I could get insurance on Andy's life. He's a lot of risky behavior. Bleeding from the ass. His mouth.
You could dig through my notebook and find suicide notes. I'm sure.
The noose is hanging from your backyard tree.
Zoom it makes
I don't know why we didn't pick up on it.
Shaylee, I'm all for
You may
I'm all
find
for a good grift. You're 100% welcome to if you can take insurance out on me. If someone can, if the more people that can benefit from my demise, the better.
Yeah, we should all take it. Issues with Andy Survivor
Chad,
Pot.
if you see me start jogging, be aware. I'm probably taking out some fucking life insurance.
How about
policies.
this?
If I start getting any healthier, be very aware of that.
Wait a minute. I just had an idea. How about this? Since the Patreon money has just been sitting in the bank, just sitting there, what if we just never spend it and we just keep it going and the last person alive gets whatever it is at the end?
It'll get lost like that dude that had all the Bitcoin and then
all
lost
the Bitcoins,
his
billions
no,
in Bitcoin.
It'll be in 25 years, one of us will be like, oh, great, $9,000.
Yeah.
Andy, who?
You get an extra colostomy bag because you're rich.
No, it'll be diapers, buddy.
Yeah,
the diapers and the things that lay down on the bed so you don't fucking shit the bed.
Yeah. I'd still like to get
it's
the
catapult. It's a sad.
Going.
Our future is bad.
Yeah, I'm still
happen.
It's gonna happen. It's bad.
Right now,
if
I don't ever move, I could probably get Marty Shoulders up here and put a not a trampoline, a catapult on the roof of my place.
A trebuchet?
Just to like right from the roof of my place and just get launched, and then maybe I'd like to get some heroin, or I'd like to party first.
Get fucked up and then just get launched out into the woods.
Yeah, maybe some fireworks or something. Depending on the budget, I mean, what was Hunter Thompson's? Johnny Depp. I'm asking Stanhope.
That was a $1 million rocket.
I'm asking Stanhope for about $750 of Mexican fireworks, and Shoulders could put together a catapult for probably about 700. So. You
won't get the distance with a catapult. You want a trebuchet. So
and then I'll get a GoPro.
Around, it goes out.
That's when I get a GoPro.
Pumpkin.
The trebuchet is the point of inviting guests. We all have to hang on and be the counterweight. So we all jump onto the fucking thing.
And I actually know where one we could.
Throws Andy.
I mean, it's hard to get a posse together when you're dead, but I know where a pumpkin farm is that launches pumpkins with a catapult.
Pumpkin, that annual thing.
Yeah. Basically, hopefully, I'll be junkie weight.
Fingers crossed.
If you get down to junkie weight, we can just launch you with one of those water balloon launchers.
Yeah, maybe like a couple of surgical tubes and a funnel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a cop beanbag shooter. I'd still like the idea of lethal force from the police. Like I'd like my daughter to get some money, so if the cops could shoot me, that would be ideal.
Well, Andy, do you have a living will? Do you have anything set up like that?
No, but if I could mouth off and then a cop, death by cop or whatever, and then it's like, whoa, this guy wasn't
how you're going to get killed. A living will is takes care of what happens, so you don't have to go into probate after you pass.
Living will just means you don't hit the brakes.
All right. We'll talk about this offline.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even. I'm not even.
Show's
that,
over.
But, no. It went from
what a cool after party this. Those guys are so cool. We partied with them after the show, talking about their living wills.
You don't think about your own mortality? Come on.
That's what mushrooms are for.
Sure.
They're helping me deal with it
all the time. I think about it.
I'm listening to the how to change your mind and about hallucinogenics and such. But some people take them when they're dying of cancer or whatever, and they take mushrooms and shit or LSD, and then they kind of learn to deal with it. It's like, yeah, you better. I mean, if you don't do LSD, that's a time in your life. If you haven't done LSD and you're getting ready to die, go on, man. Take a tab. What have you got to lose? I come back with some dark images of death. Well, that's tomorrow. Sorry, we got ahead of the game plan. Yeah.
Plus, you might dive in there and live forever. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying that book though. Of just learning about, all the like Timothy O'Leary and shit now. What a fucking
O'Leary.
yeah. I got his fucked up his name, but he was he set us back a bit. He set us back.
He was the Irish god of LSD.
Yeah.
He was also drunk. He'd always fight you.
Yeah. He ruined LSD like John Wayne Gacy ruined clowning. Hey man, that's not how we do this here.
Oh my gosh, you must do the acid. Theory.
We're trying to keep it together, man.
Expand your mind.
You can't touch my lucky LSD.
No.
Oh shit. Oh man. Hey, I have another recommendation for everybody.
Yeah.
What do you got?
YouTube. There is a YouTube channel called Fascinating Horror. And there's not I've already burned through all their videos because I'm like that. But it's they're like 6 to 12 minutes long.
Perfect.
They're mini documentaries for when you have little attention span, or if you fall asleep to Forensic Files, these are great to just fall asleep to.
Yeah.
It's got a guy from the UK who narrates them, but he tells you horrific stories of shit that some of it's stuff happened, but some of it was stuff I did not know happened, and they're great.
Fantastic horrors.
Fascinating Horror, I think. I think that's what it is. Fascinating Horror on YouTube.
That was going to be the name of the podcast at one time, I think.
Yeah, right. It's
the name of Andy's medical visit.
They're really
stabber.
They're really good, and there's a lot of them. There's images that go along with it, but if you even just don't want the images, just listen to it. It's still great, like a little podcast type thing. So,
all right, it's called Fascinating Horror. And then when I pull that
sweet
up,
and adorable to put you to sleep.
When I pull up Fascinating Horror, that's at the top, and one of the stories is a history of falls into the Grand Canyon.
Yes. What?
Nice. Yeah.
I
like it already.
Wow. Cool.
I'll see that. One of my favorite ones was one of the worst radiological. I'll just paraphrase it. So but it's only it's really short anyway. But there was like a hospital in some country that shut down and moved all their equipment out, but they left some big sort of radiological equipment in there, and some thieves broke in, knowing it was expensive but not what it was. So they stole it and tore it all down, and then they found glowing salt in it, and they thought it was magical, so they shared it with like everybody in the fucking community, and they fucked up a couple hundred people of radiation and killed a bunch of people. And there's some amazing stories there. So
you guys did this stuff? You guys did this stuff? It's cool though. You guys did this?
That's Andy. That's Andy in the desert.
Just lick your finger and then stick it in the bag. That's
cool.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
they have another one, decapitation on the Batman ride. So there's they do roller coasters and stuff like that.
There's 3 or 4 thrill ride ones, Shaylee. There's good ones.
It's been a while used to get all those articles about thrill ride decapitations. Somebody would send them to me because of the super loop bit I did on my CD or whatever. But it would always be whenever there would be something happen, I would always get that. But I guess because of the internet or whatever, people stopped sending me those horrific little. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think I would.
Nutty Bloody Cage one is the only one that I had to bump the fucking forward button on because it was making me squirm and fucking.
What makes Chad squirm? I know Molly.
What makes Chad squirm?
I could that one as well, but
that's scary.
You'll get drugs. Feel good drugs make Chad squirm.
Basically, these guys were going into these caves that were designated for beginners, and there was a really tight spot called the birth canal that everybody had to go through that you squeezed out, and then it opened up into these cool-ass caverns that you could explore. Well, these guys got off track and were in some other fucking part and thought he was in the birth canal, so he just kept going, thinking it would open up anytime, but he ended up upside down, stuck completely, so they couldn't fucking get him out at all. Yeah.
That's my nightmare, man. I
Yes.
have nightmares
Oh,
of
mine
one
too. That's
almost sucking my
terrible.
dick and being squeezed into some fucking area.
Oh wait, almost.
Shit,
It is.
I had to bump it forward because it would describe about how there was just inches in front of his face and he was
Yeah.
upside down, couldn't
Making me
breathe.
nervous
and I'm
right
like,
now.
More,
You talk.
more,
Something
forward.
you watched makes me fucking uncomfortable right now. I'm gonna go suck my own dick just to feel better.
What's worse is a dream about sucking your own dick or almost being able to. It's like,
No,
Yeah.
if you actually suck your own dick, you die. So whatever you do in your dream, don't do it. You can tickle it. You can tickle the. You can tickle
I
the
know,
pee
it's
hole
like dream.
with your tongue. You can tease it, but
Get
don't
it in
suck
your
it.
mouth. Done.
It's
Don't
like
suck it
dreams
in.
in which you're falling.
We'll know by next week for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
shit.
I'm gonna eat
All
that three stemmed mushroom up at the mountain
Yeah.
on
Cerebus.
Wednesday. On Wednesday.
What day?
Well, Wednesday is the first day the mountains open, and that's when the powder day is. So I'm gonna go up and do one more
Hey, they
because
can't
it's
predict
almost
a powder day.
well, yeah, because it's closed. It's closed 3 days, so if any accumulation of snow
Oh, all right.
will be there. So Wednesday's that
Chances
day,
are-
and then I'm going to
chances
go up
are.
on Sunday. So I'm going to ski 2 more days, 2 more Belknap excursions, and I'm done for that season.
some
And then I hope I
pictures,
get a
man.
fucking injection of some shit and can move around among the herd, like Tracy. You
Yeah.
know, he's part of the
Wait,
herd.
You're getting an injection?
Well, getting the the vax. Shit.
Andy,
Back. We're gonna get
When are
vaccinated.
you getting one?
We're gonna do it.
If he tells him he's
I
been
mean,
to
if I gotta
Belknap
keep-
Springs, he gets moved up the list.
Well,
Yeah.
I also
It's
feel like
already
if I
immune.
Yeah.
investigate it right now because it is so willy-nilly up there, and I could probably figure a way to do it earlier, but I would be willing to drag old fucking people and put them in my car and Lysol them or whatever.
I would
Drag
try
'em
hanging
out.
out
Find
the
8
day-
old
the
people
day
and
first.
then take them in a van.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take some old fucking breathers out and get them fixed.
More to it.
Andy pulls up and he's got 4 old people in dry cleaning bags in his fucking.
Uh-huh.
I
What do
think
guys
you
wanna
were
listen
dead.
to?
Yeah. That one wasn't smart enough to poke holes. He
Oh
didn't.
yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I'm thinking of them chickens that I killed on the road. Maybe I don't want old people that are, because that was what I come up with is I need chickens that are less vulnerable, or I'll kill them. So I probably wouldn't be good with elderly transport,
No.
but I'd. Yeah, so I'll just get the shot. Like I'm thinking, I'll get it in 2 months, and then 21 days after
You
I
don't
get.
pick it. What is this? The over under?
Well, right now they're doing people that are 75 years old, and they incrementally drop it each week. So right now they'll keep.
Andy,
can still-
you and the rest of us are probably looking at July, earliest July. And that's
Really?
if they don't keep pushing back because of the vaccine.
Captain Buzzkill over here.
Yeah, I voted for Biden,
I'm being
yo.
realistic.
You've already
And that's why I
stopped
keep
fucking
doing the mask.
quarantining and staying home anyway. You've just resumed normal life. What do you care about the
Exactly.
goddamn shot?
It doesn't bother me that
I
it
gotta
will
get
be
outta
until
here, man.
July, but I'm being pragmatic when I say July maybe. That's the way it goes. And I have to travel in
I'm
June.
competing for an Olympic spot. God damn it!
Yeah, I'm not cool with that. The Olympian.
You're an essential worker, Andy.
Well,
Isn't Andy a caretaker?
Andy, you're a caretaker. You should be
I'm
able
an
to jump up.
empath.
You're a first
Yeah.
responder.
No, Tracy has a good point.
Wait,
Yeah,
how
you
many
could put
jackets
that
do you
in.
have, Andy?
No,
What?
Isn't he technically caretaker for his wife?
Yeah.
They get
Oh,
they get moved up.
Yeah.
well, the giver. Well, half of that I'm not. Half of that I'm not
Andy, you're a
responsible.
taker, not a giver.
Well,
You're a caretaker, not a giver. Okay.
listen, he doesn't even have the care part, so I don't understand. He's just a guy that lives there.
It's like an undertaker. You're
Might
not
be
an
able to
undergiver.
swing
You're
that,
an
though.
undertaker.
I'm like a feeling sensei.
But she's right, Andy. There's a way to fucking glom onto that. Get that, yeah.
Yeah.
Escalate her
Yes, absolutely.
place in line, and you escort your own fucking invalids. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this for you? You should be on top of this. Don't you have a
No, I'm
group
not.
of
I mean,
friends
you
at,
know,
at a
I
hot
don't-
tub somewhere who have all the
honestly,
hot tips?
There's nobody I could feel like. Gary Busey taught me don't squeeze in front of people in line unless it's he just taught me don't get caught. And
The Gary Busey rule.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's better to be in the middle of this. Like I said, old people get the shots, and then they turn into zombies, and then maybe we don't do the shot or whatever. But I'm so I'm
Is Tracy doing shots?
We're doing shots.
I drank a whole bottle of champagne.
Andy said shots.
I got a whiskey. I'll
I
do
don't
a
have
shot.
any. I'm
Cheers,
out.
man.
I got a little tiny
Cheers,
sip of
guy.
Bloody
Okay,
Mary.
Chad.
Okay.
Bottle of Crown.
Yeah. Oh God.
Got something down here.
Yeah.
Cheers, Crown.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is this?
Woo!
I got
Chad,
that.
did you just start stocking Crown in the funhouse?
No, that's been sitting there for a while. Pendleton is the whiskey that I've been drinking.
Finnish vodka.
There you go. Yeah, I have vodka to drink. I don't want to do shots of vodka.
Yeah, that
Well,
was.
guys, I'll tell you what. I know we're wrapping up here, but I am always looking for new things to watch. That's why I got into Deadwood. I think I'm gonna search out Roots on demand. I got an Apple TV that's jailbroke, and I can get anything. I think Roots would be fun to go back. Fun. I'm sorry, I didn't mean fun. I think it would be interesting to go back.
Hey man, that's some pretty insensitive shit.
I remember watching it with my
Greg
parents.
Shaley do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Issues with Andy.
Shaylee, we should all just live tweet it as we watch.
Let's do Mystery Science Theater. All four of us watching it at the same time. We started like Wizard of Oz with the Pink Floyd album.
Yes.
We started at the same time.
Yeah.
I think we should maybe do that with Deadwood, not Roots, because we would probably get canceled with Roots.
But Roots, the reason I say that is because talking to you guys, it brings up interesting things that I would never think of. And Roots is one thing that I would love to go back and watch just because I was so young when it came out and it still was impactful. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember enough of it, like as far as like all the actors, like all the actors that were in that you saw all over the place. They were all over 70s TV.
Oh, you know who's in it is Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Was he?
Yeah, Freddie Boom Boom was in it.
I know.
I don't think OJ was in it.
Jefferson. Edward Almost is that his name?
Wait, what?
Amos. The dad from Good Times.
Yeah.
He played adult Kunta Kinte, I think. He played Kunta Kinte as an adult, right? LeVar Burton grown up.
No, see, that's the thing. I don't know, but I remember watching it and it being the whole thing with the family. Spoiler alert.
I wanted to grow up to be Chicken George, and then later I realized that's not possible.
I did. I think
you still have time, man.
I'm Turkey Andy. I'm Turkey Andy.
Turkey
Andy.
There it is.
You did it.
Boom.
Perfect.
Okay, now we
I
can
knew
go
we
home.
hung in here this long.
The filibuster is worth it.
I did too.
Mitch McConnell's right. The filibuster works.
Turkey Andy.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for subscribing. We love you. Hit us up on here. Like I said on the other one, I don't read the other comments because fuck them. But you guys will read the comments. So if you have anything to say, hit us up, and we'll talk to you over there. We love you guys. Thanks for being there. Thanks, you three guys, for being there as well. And I hope whoever it is that's the last one left alive.
I can tap dance, sort of.
It's literally a race to the bottom, Eric.
I missed it all. I was so deep into my closing. I didn't see what happened.
All right, I'm shutting this off.
Andy.
No, wait. All right.
Are we done?
I mean, well, I was. Yeah, we were done. Yeah, we're done.